We're getting some breaking news into the newsroom, Rich, and we are getting updates in rapidly, and we are hearing this is from Cami Mondo. She's saying that Trump has announced Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will co-lead the Department of Government Efficiency. You see, that spells out Doge. Rich, and there we go. We have a statement from the Trump staff, and I'll read this out. Trump says, I am pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies, essential to the Save America movement. This will send shock waves through the system and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, stated Mr. Musk. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. Republican politicians have dreamed about the objectives of Doge for a very long time to drive this kind of drastic change. The Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of government and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural reform and create an entrepreneurial approach to government never seen before. The third paragraph. I look forward to Elon and Vivek making changes to the federal bureaucracy with an eye on efficiency and, at the time, making life better for all Americans. Importantly, we will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion of government spending. They will work together to liberate our economy and make the U.S. government accountable to we the people. Their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I am confident they will succeed. All right, Rich, this is breaking. Doge. Vivek saying we will not go gently. What do you make of the Department of Government Efficiency, Rich?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, Elon Musk, I think it was intimated by Donald Trump during the campaign that Elon Musk, if he were elected, if Donald Trump was elected, that is, would take this some sort of a position involving government waste. I'm a little bit surprised about Vivek Ramaswamy because thinking about his political future, he's someone who had very little name recognition outside the Byzantine business world. Now, because he ran for president, because during his presidential campaign, he often defended Donald Trump when Donald Trump would not participate in the debates, he is now somebody that I think it was certainly probably on Donald Trump's long list of potential vice presidential candidates. But I'm a little surprised by this because I saw other openings for Vivek Ramaswamy. One of them would have been if the current governor, Mike DeWine, were to appoint him to succeed D.E.V.III.N to the United States Senate. There's a lot of pressure on Mike DeWine to appoint somebody who's more of a MAGA Republican. Mike DeWine is more of an establishment Republican, not an insurrectionist like Donald Trump. So that means that the chances are that he has a better chance of nominating somebody who's more moderate than Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is somebody who I also thought potentially.
Holy shit, baby. The Doge is back. Holy fuck, I'm so pumped about that. Because there is some very insane topics right now. All right, one of the craziest being is what the United States government spends per year. Just take a look at this. So this is the national debt clock right here. It's showing how much money the United States government is pulling in, and it's also going over how much money that big bad government spends each and every year. So this is probably the most impactful thing I've heard out of Trump's cabinet so far. If you think about it, there's a T after these numbers that you're looking at on the screen right here. Like if you take a look at the national debt, one of the craziest numbers is the interest paid on debt. It's just surpassed $1 trillion per year. How do you even keep up with that much interest? If any of you guys have owned a credit card, you understand that you rack up $1,000 in debt, the total amount you're gonna pay is not $1,000. If you're at 25%, you're throwing $250 on that every single year. So the thing is, $1 trillion being added to our debt every single year, and then next year it's not going to be $1 trillion. It's going to be $1.25 trillion if it was at 25%. But isn't this insanity? Like, can you guys believe that we're actually going to put in place something that takes a look at how the government spends money? Like, they have to be freaking out right now. It has to be total chaos in Washington, D.C. right now. There is no way these longtime government bureaucrats are having a good day right now. That has to be the most detrimental thing they've ever heard, because the government doesn't want us to see how they're spending money. A really insane fact I heard is that the U.S. federal government pays contractors $10,000 per week to do each soldier's laundry. I wish I was getting paid $10,000 to do laundry. But the thing is, when there's a T after these numbers, all right, one more time, just to see some key numbers right here, is take a look at these numbers right here. There's the tax revenue. They're getting $15,000 from each and every one of us on average. Here's the national debt, $35 trillion. That's $106,000 per person that we owe. All right. There's the spending. They spend $7 trillion. That's not even total. That's how much this year. And then there's the main budget items. Interest on debt, $991 million. Or $1 billion. I am so sorry. But look at that. Look how much credit card debt is in the United States. Like, we have to go over the efficiency of how the federal government spends our money. It is insanity. It is insanity that they'll take an F-35 fighter jet, and someone that worked within the government said, hey, and he pulled up this baggie of bolts, and he says, take a guess how much these bolts cost the taxpayers. And they said $15,000 for 2 bolts. And then he said, how much do you think these cost to manufacture? And he said 35 cents a piece. And they're the same exact bolts that could be bought from the manufacturer. But since the federal government is paying with their budget, they're able to rack up every single thing they do. So I want to hear a hallelujah and some American flags in the chat right now, because we got government efficiency for the government, baby. Time to put in check the people that steal our checks. I am fucking stoked, man. Like, there's no way we could keep going with the way the government spends our money. Like, think of it this way, all right? Are you ready? Are you guys locked in? Imagine if you had a daughter, a teenage daughter, that you say, hey, here's a credit card, spend on what's necessary, some gas, a snack, have fun, go to the movies, and all of a sudden she maxes out that card and it was like $10,000. You're like, hey, I said you could spend like $200. What are you doing? And all of a sudden she goes, hey, I'm gonna need more money than that, Dad. It's really expensive nowadays. So you bump up the credit limit to $20,000. She racks that up, and then she has debt all over the place that exceeds what she is allowed to spend. That's the federal government. It is literally some crazy teenage girl with our credit card that is just spending money recklessly. On top of that, with the Department of Government Efficiency, with our boy Elon Musk and Vivek, they're literally going to be looking at the 500 government agencies. They're going to see where we're hemorrhaging money, where our money's just pouring out into hands and pockets that shouldn't be getting money. If you think we need 500 government agencies to make our country go around and benefit the people of the United States, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. But the thing is, I'm fucking stoked. We're back, baby. America is back. And I know you might love the left. You've always been a Democrat. I used to be one too, but let's hop on the fucking winning team, baby. Let's get a dub. A dub for Trump, baby. Trump's pulling in the dubs left and right. I'm fucking stoked, man. America's back. We're so fucking back. But the thing is, you gotta realize, this is probably the most important thing I've ever heard a politician to say, and he's put it into writing. He's put it as a promise that he is appointing Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to head the Department of Government Efficiency. And where it gets even more trolling, where it's even more badass, Elon Musk has always gone all in with Dogecoin. If you know anything about cryptocurrency, Doge was popping off for a long time. A lot of people were making a lot of money with Doge, and a lot of people that got in late, they lost a lot of money, including me. But the thing is, what a play on words. Elon Musk takes Tesla, and he's got the Model S, he's got the Model 3, he's got the Model X, the Model Y. What does that spell, guys? Sexy. So when Elon Musk proposed this government agency that looks over the efficiency of the spending of the United States government, he called it the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, like Dogecoin. Like, what a master troll. Elon Musk is literally number one troll. He literally went and bought Twitter. He literally bought Twitter. And I heard next he might buy one of the major news networks that are taking a shit and falling from the sky. So maybe MSNBC. Can you imagine if Elon Musk takes over a major media corporation? Like, guys, we're winning. This is the winning team. If you're upset about us winning, this is America, baby. And we're winning. But one thing I wanted to show you is right here. Let's roll this tape. This is Trump discussing what he wants to do.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. We need to do it. We can't go on the way we are now. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head his voice. If he has the time, it'll be a good one to do it. But he's agreed to do it.
But isn't that a crazy thought to have? That Elon Musk that's running SpaceX, Tesla, X, like, this guy is super busy, but he said the most important thing to him right now is making America great again. And what a cool, selfless thing. He's the richest man in the world. And he said, hey, money isn't what I'm seeking anymore. I want to make real change in the world. And why not help protect the greatest country on earth? So I want to applaud Elon Musk. He's literally my favorite African American. I love Elon Musk. He might be autistic. I think he's autistic. But hey, he's making a lot of cool shit happen. If you look how he entered X and he saw all the inefficiencies, all the people that work there that don't actually work there, he cut the workforce by 90%. And guess what? X is kicking ass. X is rolling out all kinds of AI features. They're gonna have their own live streaming. Like, Elon Musk knows what's going on, 100%. So I just wanted to take a moment to say, hey, Elon Musk is a true patriot. He might not have been born in America, but his grandfather was an American citizen. He was born in South Africa, but guess what? He's doing more than most natural born citizens. But I'm interested to see where Vivek pops in. I think Vivek's going to kind of do most of the legwork. I think Elon Musk is going to set up like the framework of how it should operate. And I think Vivek's going to be the guy doing like the daily footwork. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you think about Elon Musk and Vivek hopping into the Department of Government Efficiency? They're literally going to be looking at how the federal government spends its money. It doesn't get more epic than this, guys. It doesn't. Right here says, dude's insane. You got to be crazy. For crazy times, you need crazy measures. Yeah, I sit alone all day, baby. All day. I could literally sit alone all day and just kick back with my feet up and just keep repeating myself that we're about to make America great again. I get to sit alone all day and just say, the woke mind virus is coming to an end. These dudes painting their fingernails and putting makeup on that are sitting in the White House are packing their shit up as we speak. That shit just gets me stoked. But here's another quick rundown of what's going on, guys.
We're getting some breaking news into the newsroom, Rich, and we are getting updates in rapidly, and we are hearing this from Candy Mondo. And she said that Trump has announced Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswami will co-lead government efficiency. You see, that spells out Doge. Rich, and there we go. We have a statement from the Trump staff, and I'll read this out. Trump says, I'm pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies essential to the Save America movement. This will send shockwaves through the system, and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, stated Mr. Musk. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. Republican politicians have dreamed about the objectives of Doge for a very long time to drive this kind of drastic change. The Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of government and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural integrated functional approach to government never seen before. I look forward to Elon and Vivek making changes to the federal bureaucracy with an eye on efficiency and, at the time, making life better for all Americans. Importantly, we will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion government spending. We will work together to correct our budget and make the U.S. government accountable to we the people. Their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I am confident they will succeed. All right, Rich, they say we cannot repeat. What do you think of the Department?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, Elon Musk, I think it was indicated by Donald Trump during the campaign that Elon Musk, if he were elected, when Donald Trump was elected, that is, would take this some sort of a position of all the government waste. I'm a little bit surprised about Vivek Ramaswamy. Just thinking about his political future, he's someone with very well made recognition outside the business world. Now, because he ran for president, because during his presidential campaign, Donald Trump would not participate in the debates. He's now somebody that I think is, and I think it was certainly on probably on Donald Trump's long list of potential vice presidential candidates. But I'm a little surprised by this because I saw other openings from Vivek Ramaswamy. One of them would have been if the current governor, like DeWine, were to appoint him to succeed J.D. Vance in the United States Senate. There's a lot of pressure on Mike DeWine to appoint somebody who's more of a Mike DeWine is more of a not an insurrection as like Donald Trump's back into this. Both chances are the economics that he but not make somebody who's more violent than Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is somebody who I also thought potentially.
Like, fucking epic, boys. Epic. And think of this. Donald Trump is going to be president on the 250th anniversary of America. It's amazing. And what a great present to America to have it completely gutted and reformed and reestablishing a government by the people, for the people. Like, this is beyond epic. This is literally the greatest thing I could ever think of. We literally have a president that's making a stand to all these government bureaucrats that have been playing the game of politics for generations, where they slowly milk every dollar they can out of us. They're overspending our money. Look at this shit. This is the US debt clock, all right? And this is going over how much money the federal government pulls in, how much per citizen. Then we're going to zoom in here to what is government debt, all right? And then this number I'm going to zoom into right here is what the government spends currently. That's active, like what's happening right now. This red box here at the bottom is really important. So right there is the interest on debt. That means we're paying $900 billion just in debt. That means that just gets added on because of interest this year. Next year, it's going to be with whatever the interest rate is. I think it's like 6%. So that'd be $6 billion per year added. It's insanity. Like, we got to wake up to what's going on, guys. This completely absurd. So, like I said, Donald Trump's going to be president on the 250th anniversary of America and our freedom. And we're assembling one of the hardest hitting cabinets / administration you've ever heard of. Look up Tom Homan. Look at the video of what he says about. He literally says, hey, if you came into this country illegally, don't get too comfortable. Pack your shit and get ready to leave. Like, hallelujah, baby. If you guys are stoked for America and you love it, let's get some American flags in the chat. Let's drown out all these people that hate America. All these people that rather keep the same bureaucracy we got. The people that wants the government just spending our money with no oversight. Drown them out with the American flag, guys. That's how we win. We just kill them with our love for our country. Because it's easy to see what group of people don't love America. And they act like we're the problem. No, we're the answer, baby. But here's a really interesting video of Donald Trump explaining exactly what the Doge is going to be.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. Can't go on the way we are now. Because it's not like this. He's agreed to do it.
So right there, guys, from the big man himself, that is Donald Trump's plan to completely reform these government agencies financially. But I think with seeing how they spend our money recklessly, they're going to see what departments are necessary and what ones could get completely gutted out of the government. Because there's been 2 departments or agencies created since the beginning of our country. There's 500 government agency / departments. And we don't need them. We don't need them all. We definitely need some. But the Department of Education, a lot of people on the left are flipping out about this. They're saying Trump's trying to get rid of the Department of Education. Amen. Let's get rid of that bullshit. Because if you look at the statistics, America went from the top 10 most educated population in the world, and we've fallen to the bottom of the list. We sit at 136 in the world. Our ranking for education sits at 136. So whoever's in charge of the Department of Education over the past 50, 60 years has completely let our people down. They've done the worst job I've ever seen. How can you let our population become one of the least educated populations in the world when we used to be the highest? We used to have the most medical advancements, the most technological innovation in history. Like, America has fallen to the bottom of the list. And the most important thing is we're getting DJT assembling Elon Musk, and we're getting Vivek to look at the government. Amen, baby. Let's go. Double tap that screen, guys. Tap in the center of your screen.
Updates in rapidly, and we are hearing this is from Cami Mondo. And she's saying that Trump has announced Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will co-lead the Department of Government Efficiency. You see, that spells out Doge. Rich, and there we go. We have a statement from the Trump staff, and I'll read this out. Trump says, I am pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Together, these two push America away from administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies essential to the safeguard global. This will send shockwaves through the system and anywhere all ways the state petition votes. It will become potentially Manhattan Project public politicians have dreamed about the objective to Doge for a very long time to drive this kind of drastic change. The Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of government and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive.
Yo, what's up, Bill? Where at? Along the road? Alright, I'll come down. Right there, guys. Right there. Listen to that shit.
Scale structural reform and create an entrepreneurial approach to Elon and Vivek making changes to the federal bureaucracy for time, efficiency, and at the time, making life better for all Americans. Importantly, we will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion of government spending. They will work together to liberate our economy and make the U.S. government accountable to we the people. Their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I am confident they will succeed. All right, Rich, this is breaking. Doge. Vivek saying we will not go gently. What do you make of the Department of Government Efficiency, Rich?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, Elon Musk, I think it was intimated by Donald Trump during the campaign that Elon Musk, if he were elected, when Donald Trump was elected, that is, would take this some sort of a position above a government waste. I'm a little bit surprised about Vivek Ramaswamy, because thinking about his political future, he's someone who had very little name recognition outside the Byzantine world, business world. Now, because he ran for president, because during his presidential campaign, he often defended Donald Trump when Donald Trump would not participate in the debates. He's now somebody that I think is, and I think it was certainly on probably on Donald Trump's long list of potential vice presidential candidates. But I'm a little surprised by this because I saw other openings for Vivek Ramaswamy. One of them would have been if the current governor, Michael Klein, were to appoint him to succeed Jake Vance in the United States Senate. There's a lot of pressure on Michael Klein, somebody who's a Republican. Michael Klein is more of an established Republican, not an insurrectionist like Donald Trump. So that means that his chances are he'll probably that he has a better chance of becoming somebody who's more moderate than Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is somebody who I also thought potentially.
So you're hearing it, guys. This shit's actually happening. A lot of people think Trump was talking shit and trying to get people to vote for him. This shit's going into action, and it hasn't even been a week since he got elected. Like, these first 100 days of his administration is probably going to be the most shocking thing you've ever seen in your life. If you're on the right or the left or the center, if you're a Trump supporter but you don't really keep up with what's going on in the world, this shit's going to be wild. This is going to be absolutely insane what we're going to witness. It's going to be the biggest overhaul of the federal government we've ever seen. It's going to be historical. Like, you guys need to buckle up and get ready for what's coming. And the thing is, it's going to be for the better of all. It's not going to be for Republicans. This is going to be for all people. And like I was saying a little earlier, 4th of July, 2026, Donald Trump's going to be president on the 250th anniversary of America. You want to see the biggest celebration of America in history? He's talking about doing calling it the American Fair. He said it's going to be a multi-state thing where it's going to be millions of people celebrating America. And I'm fucking all on board for that, baby. Let's go. But let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. How we doing? Where are you tuning in from? And let's make sure we drop an American flag in the chat if you love America. There's nothing that pisses off the people that hate America more than seeing the red, white, and blue. Right there, baby. Right there. Red, white, and blue. Delaware. We got love from Delaware. Oh, we got Britain for Trump. We got Mac Daddy for Trump in the chat, guys. Look at those American flags. We got Boston, Massachusetts. We got Massachusetts for Trump, baby. We got the Doge coin for Trump. Hi, are you single? No, I'm not single. No, I'm not at a quarry. We're actually ripping volcanic rock out of the earth. And some of these rocks, like if you look over there, guys, they're bigger than cars. Like, we're doing heavy duty shit right now. Dude, Kyle Davis with the American flag in the chat. LOL, not for Trump, for America. I'm sorry you feel that way. You've been misled. It has been the biggest psychological operation in history, what they've done with Donald Trump, because they fear exactly what he's doing right now. He's completely overhauling the bureaucracy, where these people had total control of the government. They were enriching themselves and their friends. They were enriching other countries. They were fearing that Donald Trump would put an end to that. And now it's happening right now. So how do they stop him? They went after him personally. They made him sound like a horrible person, calling him racist. Name me one thing he's done that is racist. You can't, because he's had black girlfriends. He got an Ellis Island Award with Rosa Parks, and he was there with Martin Luther King. Like, Donald Trump is far from racist. They just went after him personally to try to defame him so people wouldn't like him, and they accomplished their goal. Good job. You don't like Donald Trump. You fell into their psychological warfare. Congratulations. On top of that, they went after him legally. They tried attacking his business. They tried going after his life. They tried impeaching him. And it all fell through because it's all bullshit. And when you wake up to that, your life's going to start looking a lot better. And you're going to start feeling more optimistic about America, because we are the winning side. We're bringing in leadership that's going to wreck this woke mind virus. I don't even think news channels are going to be around after this. I do not. We got time for true change from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel West. Thank you. Doge Leon, Mars, baby. We got Mars for chat. We got Mars for Trump in the chat, guys. Oh, it's on the news everywhere, baby. It's on the news. Even your far-leaning, left-leaning media is saying everything I'm saying. This is reality, baby. Here's Donald Trump saying it himself.
Government Efficiency Commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. We need to do it. Can't go on the way we are now. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force. It'll be interesting. If he has the time, probably he would want to do it. But he's going to do it.
But that's right, guys. I got to multitask while working because right now people need to wake up to the largest revolution without firearms in history. We're literally changing the world without ever picking up a weapon. It's amazing. We're taking our country back. We're taking the government back because in our Constitution, but really a side point here, but super important. Think of this. Nowhere in the Constitution, the state constitution, the Declaration of Independence, do they ever mention a democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. And that's being revived as we speak. The republic is rising again, guys. Our forefathers that wrote the Constitution had side notes where they say that democracies always end in demise. And they disappear just as fast as they pop up. All these people that are saying, oh, democracy, democracy, Democrats, democracy. Literally, every democracy has fallen. So get away from it. Come back to the republic. That's how we were formed. And that's the way we're going, baby. We are so fucking back. Like, I'm literally high on life right now. Like, we got our Senate back. We got our White House back. We got the House of Representatives back. We're getting our government back. We're getting the media back. There's nothing can stop what is coming. Like, this is full steam ahead, no holding back. This is Donald Trump's last term. You think he's gonna hold back whatsoever? Like, buckle up, boys. We're back. But if you don't think our government spends recklessly, tell me, what is this? This is U.S. debt clock. This is going over how much money the federal government pulls in yearly. This shows live spending, what they're spending right now. It's going to go over how much we pay in interest on our national debt. And it will show you that our government is not efficient. They do not spend our money wisely. Like, just take a look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at it? But I also want to give a huge, like humongous, like a fucking huge shout out to all the new subscribers. Boys, we hit 1,800 new subscribers in a week. That's insanity. We're just a tick away from 4,000 subscribers. So if half of you guys hopped on board right now and hit that stupid little subscribe button, we're gonna hit the goal of 4,000 today, baby. And on top of that, I'm doing a super chat goal right now. I'm going to Washington, D.C. for the inauguration of Donald Trump, and I'm forecasting this as going to be, in history, the largest number of people participating in the inauguration on January 20th. So I'm setting a goal to go to Washington, D.C. I'm going to film all the sniper nests, all the National Guardsmen, all the military that's going to be there. I'm going to be on the street talking to people. I'm going to see what people are feeling. I'm going to show you guys the vibe. I'm going to show you if the date is good enough. I'm going to go live for the inauguration. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes. I'm going to show you all the epic shit. I'm probably going to rent a U-Haul truck. I'm going to get a mattress, a TV, a nightstand. I'm going to turn the U-Haul into an RV, and I'm going to document the whole thing. This shit's going to be wild. I'm going to say over 1.5 million people are going to show up to Trump's inauguration. It's going to be the biggest thing you've ever seen. It's going to be huge. But this is what we're talking about. This is Doge, baby. This is Doge.
Some breaking news into the newsroom, Rich. And, we are getting updates in rapidly, and we are hearing this from Candy Mondo. She's saying that Trump has announced Elon Musk.
Is that slope slippy? Is that slope slippery?
Liberate our economy and make the U.S. government accountable to we the people. Their work will conclude no later than July 4th, 2026. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America.
You hear that shit, guys? July 4th, 2026. Donald Trump's going to be the president for the 250th birthday of America. We got a birthday for America, baby. On top of that, I think he's going to host one of the biggest celebrations in history. Like, it's going to be the biggest red, white, and blue party you've ever heard of. Like, lock in. This is your time to love America. Like, if you don't like our country, you're gonna fucking love it soon. It's gonna be amazing. When we stop all this insane government spending, like, and our country's efficient and we're paying down our national debt, like, only then will you guys realize what fight Donald Trump is fighting. And it's okay not to like him, but when you see his action, you're gonna love him. And I'm sorry your girl didn't win the election, but sometimes God gives you what you need, not what you want. So I'm sure you wanted a woman president. That day will come, all right? There's nothing wrong with women in power. But in a time like this, we cannot let some woman in that isn't even a strong leader. Like, Tulsi Gabbard would destroy her. Like, Tulsi Gabbard is a way better option for America. Like, I would literally vote for Tulsi Gabbard over Kamala Harris. And I think every other person was. But the thing is, the bureaucrats put her in power because they can control her. And the thing is, the people didn't vote her in through a primary. Like, the people that run the government literally installed Kamala Harris. So you literally dodged a bullet, guys. And real quick, I want to say this. Kamala Harris, on election night, was pretending she was on a phone call, and she let the crowd see that she was on the camera app. She was lying. She was pretending she was on a phone call. Just like Beyonce, Eminem, Megan Thee Stallion, Oprah, they were all pretending to support her because Kamala Harris's campaign paid each and every one of them over $1 million to go do that. Like, everything you seen was fake. This is all bullshit. Kamala Harris was the fakest candidate I've ever seen. She couldn't answer a question. She couldn't do anything. So everyone's trying to act like this is about misogyny or racism. No, she was just a horrible candidate. She was disgusting. Like, she was the saddest excuse of a candidate I've ever seen. She was literally pulled to be the worst vice president in U.S. history. And then all of a sudden they wanted to pretend like she was going to be president. Come on. Like, who's ever in charge of the Democrat Party? You guys, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, honestly. But here's Trump's own voice saying the government efficiency program.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms needed to do it. We can't go on the way we are now. And Elon, because he's been really busy, has agreed to head that task force. Interesting. He has the time. Pretty good what they're doing, but he's willing to do it.
Right there, guys. Did you? I think you gotta hear it again. If it wasn't loud
I will
enough.
create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit